and welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with the finale of the Hika Guard. And just a few things before we get started. Please check out the links coming up in chat now. That includes the Discord. We have a channel just for this. We'd love to hear what you think. Also, the next season is fast approaching. We have viewer games coming, and I'm doing a viewer game for the first time since season 1. I'm coming back with some D&D. So please go and drop a DM if you want to get into a game. Also, if you've missed out on anything, you can head over to YouTube. All of our games are in playlists, and you can head over there and catch up there. A huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors, who we couldn't do this without, in the form of Hero Forge. I know Scrat has been showing you the Color Mini Creator, which has been amazing. I don't think my camera likes focusing on this thing, just because it's not the best camera in the world. But there's some really amazing stuff that is happening, and also still going to happen when we beat those goals. Also, we have Maychan Press and Dark Matter, which you can now get in hardback copy. It's a really good system. I love it. If you like space and you love D&D, you smush it together, and that's what you get. It's really good. And last but certainly not least, the Deck of Many, with the Deck of Many Things, which includes the magic moving spell cards, which you can see there, and also the incredibly wholesome Humblewood, which I will say is one of our viewer games next season. So if you want to play an adorable owl or deer, or you name it, a woodland critter, head over there. Also, I will say we are about to enter Storm Dennis, so if Scrat and I suddenly drop, we may not come back, but we will try let you know whatever is happening. But this is fine. Okay. Shall we head round and say hi to everyone? Let's start, as we always do, with the very lovely Hans. Oh, hi.
I'm here and happy to be lovely. Are we going to end with Heavenly? I forget how we do that for this game. Does she go last? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm with Heavenly, and then Heavenly can
got it.
shenaniganize us.
I'm Hans. I am here. It's a finale. We are going to drive this thing like we stole it. If the power goes out, it was purposeful. We hacked the system to make sure that we went out with a bang. Exactly. So that's the plan. That
is the plan. Then we're going to hop down to... Is it Radagast? I just want to say it right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello.
Okay, it's Radagast or Andre. It's my first time playing live stream, so I hope everything goes according to plan, and I hope I don't freak out. Let's see what happens.
You'll be fine.
Oh, and sorry for the bad English, not a native speaker.
You're doing fine.
I hope so.
Wonderful, thank you. And then we're going to head over and say hi to Ninja Penguin. Oh, hi.
Hello. I'm Ninja Penguin. I'm also first time on a stream, so this is a thing.
Love it. I'm White Rabbit Pick. I think people who come here know who I am now. I have a Patreon. As I say, Hans and Mal always remind me just by being here now, so please head over there and check that out. Otherwise, I'm going to hand over to the very lovely Heavenly. Oh, hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the finale of the Hika Guard. It's going to be hectic, just as all of these games have been, and I'm excited to see what chaos is sowed by our new players and how they continue to dig our old players deeper and deeper into trouble. But the good things about finales are that, whatever trouble you get into, that's the end. Oh no, my microphone thing is falling. Stop it.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Okay. So when we last left off, Kai, you had just cut, I believe, into the suit of a ghost. You had sensed the strong presence of the way within this ghost's uniform, and you were hoping to cut into it perhaps, or open a pocket to get into it. And as you touched this prone figure, the ship that you had just recently raided and stolen many a good from began to activate an alarm. So Imogen, Kai, you are standing over this prone figure. You have just unzipped the start of this suit, or cut into it, or ripped it, or however you were trying to get inside that good stuff, and the ship lights begin to blare, and a voice declares, "Warning, you have fucked up. Alarm has been initiated."
Sort of looks up. I think you triggered the alarm. Like as she yells over this blaring noise.
This is fine.
I don't think this is a good thing. I think we need to go. And is this the ship where they made us take our shoes off? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yeah. I need to remember my shoes. It's like she heads out. Remember yours, and she starts making a run for it towards the main entrance. Bring the suit. Just don't take it anyway.
Are you bringing the suit or the person? So are you?
Can I bring both? I don't want to strip one of the other.
That's up to you. Are you stripping this person and just bringing their suit, or are you bringing them?
That's down to Kai. I've gone to get my shoes.
Okay. Have we determined, is the suit cut or is the suit opened? Which one are we on here?
I don't remember did you cut it or did you open it?
I will be honest and say I do not remember.
I don't
have
remember
yet to use my
either.
sword for anything, so I'm going to say.
Okay, so I think you
probably
opened it.
Probably unzipped it, if anything.
It had a big
I've
zipper.
Never seen you use your sword this entire campaign.
It had a big zipper in the front.
Right. So if it's unzipped, you can't not unzip something all the way and find out what's inside. That is wrong. So I'm going to stay right where I am and finish what I'm doing. There's probably lasers, but that's just how life goes.
You think there are lasers in the suit?
I mean, there's lasers somewhere. This is space.
Give
There are
her
lasers everywhere.
ideas.
Heavenly doesn't need
So
ideas. She's got everything.
the suits that the ghosts wear are kind of these rubbery exosuits, and it's meant to protect them from the elements, and they're clad completely, so you can't see their face. They kind of have a screen over their face. You've never really seen one before. They're pretty rare, but you really have no idea what's beneath. And so as you unzip the suit, it starts at the chest and unzips all the way down to about the crotch area, like a onesie. And as you unzip it, you discover that underneath it, there's another suit.
Is this the Russian doll of space?
That's a smart plan on their part. It's like they've thought of this and they've been thinking about it. Well, in that case, okay, Imogen, we should just get out of here. There's no chance you could possibly hear this.
She's gone. She comes back skidding in her pair of socks. Like, what? What are you still doing there?
But Kai, you had originally gone to unzip the suit because you sensed a strong inkling of the way.
I hear you saying I should keep doing this. Okay, so I'm just
reminding you of why you began unzipping the suit, in case you thought maybe you had just decided to randomly unzip the suit. But while you kind of maybe think about your plan, let's go to our two other players in this game. Dash and Royd is Cogs his nickname?
Yeah.
Cool. So Dash and Cogs, you all are on your ship. Dash, you are the pilot. Do you think you're piloting this ship, or are you taking a break someplace else, letting one of the other pilots do their thing? Oh, you're muted.
Not necessarily taking a break, but Dash is kind of a very young junior pilot, so she'd be observing.
Okay. All right. So as you are standing in the cockpit, I imagine you're probably next to the pilot then. You're not standing over their shoulder, but you're sitting down and looking over what they're doing, kind of learning the controls of this vessel. What do we see when we look at Dash?
You see a human woman of 5'4", with long dark hair, with a side undercut on the left side, olive skin, green eyes, not wearing a flight suit, since standing around, it's a cockpit that's not super tiny, but wearing tan pants and a blouse that matches her eyes.
Very fashionable. I love that. Sorry, my mouse was not near the unmute button. So as you're sitting there, the pilot looks over to you and he says, "So, how many rigs like this have you flown before?"
Enough. My parents were long haul cargo shippers, so I got to do that a lot.
Yeah, I think I got started.
Push buttons.
I think a long haul rigger was also my first. Spacer by choice or born on spaceships? Ever been to a planet before?
Once. My uncle had like cow-like things. They were big and smelly, not fun at all. If you chase them, they chase you. Not cool.
Yeah, I've been to Planetside just a couple of times and never really quite liked it. There's just nothing like all of this, and he gestures out the front of the spacecraft at just kind of the openness in front of you, and he says, some people find it unnerving, all this open space, but I don't know what I would do without it. But anyways, this beast here, and he kind of pats the side of his chair that I sit in, and she's finicky, but I think you'll probably get used to her eventually. She has a mind of her own, you could say.
Does she go fast?
Not as fast as some other ships I've been on, but actually, real quick question for the both of you. What type of business do you feel that you would be doing on a ship like this? Are either of your characters opposed to illegal operations or below the board, or are you all pretty above the board, strict and proper, wanting to make sure you're not getting in trouble with the hegemony?
For Roy, as long as no one dies, everything is game. So, smuggling and a little bit of piracy never hurt anyone.
Dash, do you feel that you agree with that?
Dash is very much in need of it or want of adventure. And if adventure happens to have some illicit activities, well, that's part of the adventure, right?
Right. Fair enough. So he says, yeah, it goes plenty fast, but when you're stuffed to the gills like we are, and by the gills I mean the inside paneling of this ship, you don't want to look too fast, tends to draw suspicion. We just want to look like a cargo hauler. And Dash, as you're continuing your conversation with the pilot, Cogs, what are you up to on this ship? What do you find yourself doing during the day-to-day?
Yeah, he probably goes to the routine of checking if everything is in place and if he's well stocked up with duct tape and glue to fix any problem. These things usually run like, what's the name of the ship? The Star Wars ship? Forgot the Han Solo ship style, that everything is patched up to infinity, so never time to a proper maintenance. So he's probably sitting on a chair, legs up on the table, looking at the monitors. He's almost fat. He's a very big man, strong, but past his prime. About 45, black bird, black hair. It looked like the good-natured brute, like that guy that is too strong to be menacing, so he tries to be nice to not intimidate the others.
Okay. I think at this point, you had been called down to the engine room by the pilot. just a few hours before, and there was nothing very serious wrong, just some readings were coming back a little worrisome. You weren't venting quite as much. I don't know, whatever spaceships need to vent, hot air, steam. You weren't steaming enough. And so you were called down. There's one other mechanic down there, but they're kind of working on their own. And let's just go ahead and do the first roll of the game. Go into your character sheet and go ahead and give me this is just going to be I forget the name of the
a rig.
Yeah, exactly. This is just going to be a rig.
Okay. Controlled, I guess.
This is a controlled situation, yeah. Nothing too bad has happened yet. And it's just going to be a standard effect.
Okay, no bonus. Done.
Awesome. So in this game, we always take the higher of the dice. That's the more dice you get to roll, the better, and we don't combine them. 6 is perfect. That's the best roll you can get. So as you're looking at the engine, you're kind of checking things out. You're cross-referencing what you have with how you know this should be acting. You immediately notice that this thing looks like it's been tampered with. This is not the normal wear and tear. This thing is not failing on its own. Someone has put their greasy little mitts on this thing and pulled a couple of choice pieces in such a way, just kind of loosened a nut here, pulled this tube there, that something bad is going to happen.
Okay. I call the pilot. I think is the boss, or there's something higher up. I call the pilot. He called me. Hey, boss. We think we have a situation in here.
Dash, as you're sitting next to the pilot, you hear Cogs come over the intercom and say, "I think I have a situation." And you see the pilot reach out and he presses a button to begin the two-way communication. And he says, "What's the problem? I hope you can fix it. That's why I brought you aboard."
Yeah, let me see what I can do. There are 1 or 2 loose screws here, but I'll call you back.
Do you want to tell me what the problem is, or are you just calling to freak me out?
No, he doesn't mention the problem. He will try to fix it.
Okay.
At least for this first attempt.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to roll again.
Panel.
What was that?
Yeah, he will open whatever panel he needs to access the interior of the machinery and start to work.
Okay.
Not very, very worried because I think, or at least he thinks he got it in time and he's trying to fix it before it breaks down. But he doesn't perceive any emergency, at least not right now.
Oh, I would say that you definitely see that this is not a good situation. This is not. This is something that will become an emergency very, very quickly. And it's one of those things where if you hadn't noticed it when you had, you would be screwed. But you kind of noticed it. You were able to come in just the right amount of time. But it's definitely not a relaxing situation.
Okay. So he will page the other mechanic and start working without waiting for even any reply. He's just page the other mechanic saying, "We have a Houston, we have a problem," and dive right in.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make another rig roll, but this time the situation will be risky, but it'll still be a standard effect.
Okay. Can I push the roll in some way? Push myself, taking stress, for instance?
Yeah, so traditionally in this game, one of the things that stress kind of is like a long-term effect. And so there's really no benefit to new players taking stress because you would never build up enough stress in one game. So it's kind of like a cheap way to always get an extra roll. But because there is another mechanic there, I'll say you can add 1 bonus dice because you do have another set of hands helping you.
Okay. So submit with 1 bonus die. So it will be an assist, like Okay. Submit.
Perfect. You're doing really good rolls. So you're able to immediately, this other mechanic comes over right away, and you two are able to diagnose this situation. But as you're kind of getting into the guts of this thing, you're really trying to see what you can put back together. You realize that the situation is very, very dire. And you would bet that the best thing to do is to make an emergency landing. And
Okay.
if not, you're probably not too far away from a crash. And in fact, if you hadn't rolled 2 criticals, the ship probably would have crashed.
Okay. So I page again the pilots. Hey, Chief. I think we need to get some place to land this junk because it won't last. Someone have been tampering with the engines.
Are you saying we need to make an emergency landing right now?
I'm saying you have to make a probably.
Do you know what's wrong? Is this what's going on down there? Everything was fine yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, but today something or someone tried to put us out of business, so to speak.
Shit. All right, well, buckle up, I guess. And he turns to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, if there's video in the comms, I will show some cable that say this one has been cut, not ripped. It's not wear and tear. Someone cut this cable or something like that. If there's video in the comms, whatever.
There's video.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. You can see that he looks really stressed out, and Dash, you can see that he's looking pretty stressed out as well. But he turns to Dash and he's like, if we're gonna make an emergency landing, I'm gonna need your help. Can you pull up a map and tell me what planet is the closest? And then can we get some shields going so we don't burn up as we descend? And also, you need to buckle up. Actually, rule number 1 of being a pilot, you got to buckle up all the time. So, please buckle yourself up right now.
All right, jump into the seat, throw on the straps, click, 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 click. Okay. All right.
He just starts he's doing stuff, that they do. He's pulling up on the joystick and the one that looks like a little fort, and he's pulling, pushing down, pulling, turn inside, buttons, breast, boop, 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 light flashing. And you are able to open up a map, and you realize that the closest planet is a water planet called Mem. And it is a planet that is almost entirely ocean.
So, Captain, it looks like we'll have a bit of a water landing. This planet is pretty much entirely ocean.
Well, this thing doesn't have any floaties, so can you please find me even the tiniest scrap of land?
I'll do my best.
And I think for you, I will have you make just a general insight check. So instead of picking one of the specific skills, you'll just do, actually do a helm check. Let's give you as much of a bonus as we can. You're kind of working with pilot specific things. So go ahead and do a helm check under risky conditions standard effect.
So
Are you in your character sheet? There we go. It just took a while. I heard it pop up, but awesome. Oh, you also got a critical. Gosh, your rolls you guys have such good rolls. It's not fun. You don't get a crash land. There's no water landing. Nothing scary's happened yet. Okay, so you pull up this map and you're able to very expertly kind of, even though, alarms are blaring, you can hear people yelling. The pilot has issued a command that there's going to be this emergency landing, rough landing, possible water landing. People are getting to their stations. You are able to very quickly go over basically this entire map. You've flown things before, you've flown into ports, even if only a couple of times, you know what you're looking for. And you are able to find a very small kind of island. And it looks to be the perfect spot, rather unfortunately, for you to land because it's a lot better than the ocean.
Found a small bit of land.
Perfect. Go ahead and enter the coordinates there into the autopilot. She'll at the very least be able to help us, even though she won't have the fine, delicate touch that I myself have, and maybe we won't all die.
I always count that as a good day. Not always dying.
Well, so as the ship begins to descend, Kai and Imogen, Kai, you have just unzipped the suit. Imogen, you are heading towards this screaming ship to fetch your shoes, and you see cresting over you, heading towards you at quite startling speeds, another ship.
She's like pulling a boot on, like, oh, that can't be good. Like she's hopping on one foot, Kai, like she's like hanging like her head round the side of down the corridor, like, get your hand out of that suit.
There's got to be another. There can't be that many more suits. I'm just gonna keep trying.
Oh my god. She grabs his pair of shoes and starts running back.
Okay, you unzip the first layer of suit and you take it off, you unslip the hood, you pull out the arms and the legs, and there is that other suit. This other suit has a zipper on the back, though.
They planned this really well in case anybody does what I've done. So, okay, zip.
I feel like maybe she's used to us by now.
So this zipper went from the top of the head down to the base of the bottom, and you unzip it completely and it kind of peels away like a flower. And these two suits had been like standard suit I don't know, like cream, like a beige, like an off-white eggshell,
standard beige spacesuit color.
Beige suit. and they've been kind of loose fitting, you know, they're kind of like hazmat suits. And this final time you unzip the suit, you see a very tight latex black bodysuit.
What do I roll to look for the zippers?
This one does not.
God, this is getting weird. I love it.
I'm just thinking to myself, I'm glad I don't have to look at your internet search history, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know.
No judgment.
No judgment.
It's in the name of the game after all.
So you have this figure face down as you were unzipping it from the back, and you notice that because it unzipped from the head, this does not have a hood. So it's a neck down suit, and you see this back of this skull, and it's bald. There's no hair, and it's kind of pitted, and it's this reddish pink color. It looks a little bit. What you're looking at looks a little bit like a hot dog with some bites taken out of it.
Of course it does.
Great. Is this, so we have like human and xeno. Does this look like this is something in the human range of having been like hot dogged, or does this look like it's a xeno?
It's been hot dogs.
You've heard rumors of the hot dog gun, but you don't know that this was a human that was hot dogged. Because right now you're only looking at what you presume to be the back of it, because you assume that you unzip the front and then the back. But it's laying
This is all
face
assumptions
down.
here, for sure.
Images like rolling over.
What's it called when you're laying face down? Is it
face plant?
There's like a medical term for it.
I would be comfortable with face.
Doctors, get at me. What's it called? Dorsal? Are you dorsaling?
You dorsaling? To be honest, he's just planking right now.
Yeah, he's planking right now.
Yep. So I guess we rotate our suited hostage.
Okay. You roll him over and you see that this is definitely a human, but it has since whoever it is has had some type of implant embedded in its mouth. Kind of like some type of breathing apparatus. So the breathing apparatus that you kind of see a little bit from the shape of the suit when you did see them alive. You had maybe assumed that it was part of the suit. It actually appears to be a part of their structure, so it's been implanted into their mouth, and it's just a real ugly looking dude.
I mean, no judgments. We're not all looking great right now. So is there any sensation from the way that I should continue to strip this person for whatever reason?
I don't know that you need to continue stripping him. There don't appear to be any pockets on this latex bodysuit he's wearing. It's very tight though, and you can see that he's actually very muscular, despite the fact that he has a hot dog face. That's what they call it in the future. A hot dog face is when it's like our version of a butter face. It's a hot dog face in the future. Because of the hot dog gun, which was just the hot dog gun was invented and people went wild with it. I mean, people were being hot dogged left and right. In fact, you may think that maybe this is what made the ghosts exiles, is because maybe they were all hot dogged. But that's for another chapter of the Hika Guard. We really don't have the time to explore that.
That'll be for our expanded universe fiction, no problem.
Our side quests.
The Hika Guard : hot dog.
Yeah.
No one is going to think that is what it is, or they're going to read that. They're not going to get what they expected.
But you are still sensing this very strong presence of something having to do with the way on this figure.
Okay. Do you feel like it needs a roll, or can I just kind of home in on what part of them might be making the sensation?
What are you doing? Are you touching them, or are you finger sensing them? Are you doing some Reiki?
I know that right now I'm not actually touching anything, but I gotta say, I've undressed this person twice already. I feel like I'm definitely touching them at this point. I mean,
right. I mean, are you patting them down, or
the answer is
you...
yes.
Okay.
I can hear Scrat laughing in the other room.
I mean, I've already established this is where I was going with this. I don't feel like I can draw it back now.
I'd like to watch, in a little bit of terror.
Okay. All right. Dash, Cogs, your plane is hurtling towards this small island in this vast sea very quickly. And the pilot is really doing his darndest. He's sweating, he's cursing, he's taking off his first layer of shirt while maintaining that his seatbelt is on and tight in the instance that he is not able to control this landing. But you are heading to the ground very, very quickly. Is there anything in particular you would like to do in this situation, or do you want to wait until you have met the earth?
Well, I'd like to get out away of anything that I can bang my head in, because he's probably not strapped on. He was trying to fix it. So
there are kind of crash seats in the engine room, kind of throughout the ships in general, not everywhere, but pretty well spaced. You would know where they are, having grown up on ships, that every place has a couple of seats that you would be able to fold down and strap into, so you can totally strap in.
Yeah, he'll try to buckle up in the last minute. He'll try to hold on things together as long as he can, and then dive for a seat and buckle up for impact.
Okay. You sit down and you buckle up, and the other mechanic who had been working with you pulls down the other seat, and she tries to click it in and it won't click. She keeps kind of putting it in, but it's not clicking in, and she looks at you totally panicked.
Okay. Can I reach her seat from where I am?
It's right next to you.
Okay. How big is this other mechanic? How big is this person?
She's 5'7", whatever a weight that's around that.
Okay, I'll try to.
She's a good hefty girl, you know.
I'll try to force the buckle of her seat to close. If not, I'll try to grab her and hold as hard as I can.
Yeah, you cannot get the buckle to close. And she's like, dude, please do something. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to like explode when we hit the ground. I don't want to hit my head and then like forget who I am and then I have to like start a new life. Please do something. Can you trade seats with me? Seats with me.
Can I unbuckle my seat and set it large enough to buckle both?
No.
Fit her on my lap or something like that? No?
Oh, you want to put her on your lap and you could do that. The buckle stretches a lot.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
You do that.
So.
You're a little smushed, but you can do it. That's good thinking. So you how do you indicate to her, just out of curiosity, to sit on your lap, but for saving reasons?
Yeah, yeah. Just say, shut up and don't fight me. And push with both hands, and grab her by the arms and bring her close.
You can tell she's a little taken aback. But she's also panicked and wants to live. So she allows you to do this dual buckle. And Dash, is there anything in particular you're doing with the pilot as the ground is getting closer and closer?
Running checks as quickly as possible, trying to figure out the best way to land on this strip of land instead of completely crashing or missing the island.
Okay, yeah, if you want to do one last rig roll, risky standard. So if you click it, you can either do two options. You can either do in the chat window, backslash, or maybe it's /, whatever slash that one is. I never know if it's backslash or / R and then 2d6. Or in your character sheet, you can actually click on the word rig, and it'll auto roll for you. But that's when it'll ask you risky standard. It'll ask you what the effect is and what I don't remember what the other.
Should it be helm for her, not rig?
Yeah, helm. Excuse me. Sorry, I was looking at the word for the one that was rolled last. So yeah, it'd be helm. Let me pull up your character sheet and perfect, you got it. Oh, there we go. Cool. So a 4 is it works but not super great. So you are able to kind of at the very last minute you see that the pilot is doing a very good job and he definitely knows what he's doing. But as he was kind of entering manual calculations to help the autopilot steer as you all hurtle towards the ground, he had made a few miscalculations. So you were able to correct those miscalculations kind of really, really quickly. But because you do it so quickly, the ship kind of jerks and you all fall forward and then are flung back as the ship does this like last little veer, and the pilot almost looks like he's about to lose control, but he's able to strong arm it, and you all hit the ground. You all feel this reverb through your body, even though you're buckled in, and you weren't hurtling at the ground at full speed, but you were coming in pretty hot. And so you're definitely going to have some bruises and some damage across your chest and your lap where that seatbelt is keeping you in. But you hit the ground and you slide forward before coming to a stop.
Captain, you're right. It's a good thing to always use seatbelts on this rig.
Yeah, I think I might have displaced something in here. I think there's a bone there that's really important that may not be there anymore. But and he presses a button. He says, "All right, can everyone sound in? Is everyone okay?" You hear this, Cogs, over the speaker. I guess shout out if you're dead, but shout out if you're alive too.
Well, how bad was the crash for us in the same seat?
You probably took more damage than she did because you were on the bottom. So as you flung forward, you're going to feel the inertia as you fling back, and then she comes into you. So you feel like your ribs are probably bruised, if not even fractured. But you're not feeling any broken bones. You know, if you check your mouth, you're not spitting up any blood, and she's alive and, you know, sobbing. Maybe you're crying too. I don't know. I don't know how you do in stressful situations.
Okay, I think I'll leave. No, not this time that you will get rid of me.
You hear other people coming in over the speakers as well, just other parts of the crew, confirming that it seems like everyone has survived. Cogs, because you were able to catch this catastrophic failure so quickly, and you were able to so well diagnose the situation, and Dash, because you were able to enter those last minute calculations. It doesn't appear that anyone was actually severely injured, and no one has died. So that's pretty cool. I was originally going to kill everyone, but I didn't. So, you know, we all make sacrifices.
Okay, we can do that for you. Speaking of that, is there any weapon available? Any guns?
Not, I wouldn't say not in the engine room, but when you go out towards the airlock, the one point of entry into the spaceship would be the airlock. There are weapons lockers next to it, and you should have access to a blaster pistol and light armor. And as the pilot is unstrapping himself, and Cogs, as this woman, this other mechanic, is unstrapping herself as well, the pilot turns to you, Dash, and he's like, all right, I think we should kind of split up. I want a team to do a diagnosis of the ship, and then I want a team to figure out where the hell we are.
Yeah, I would like to grab a gun and also get a copy of the security tape from that room that gave access to the sabotage to see if I can catch anything.
Okay. Are you taking time to sit down and go through the footage?
No, I just need to download a copy and see it later.
All right.
But
you're able to download
first thing
a copy.
first thing I'll get a gun.
Yeah.
Because I know someone tampered with the ship, and we haven't stopped anywhere in space, so he must be within the crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So Dash, the pilot, turns to you and he says, can you gather up the crew and we'll figure out how we're splitting this thing up. But I definitely want to know where we are sooner rather than later. And I want to make sure that no one who might take a special interest in our vulnerable position finds us.
On it. I'll, in fact, can I be in charge of being outside?
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I'd like to stay here with the ship and figure out what's going on. So why don't you just go and get a team together? Probably the smaller, the better.
Start running through the rest of the ship, checking on people, saying, hey, is everyone okay here? Everyone okay here? Hey, anyone want to come outside and explore the land with me?
As you're running through the ship, you are going to run right into Cogs, whose first instinct upon landing was to head towards the airlock and grab a gun. So you may even intercept him as he's heading towards the weapons locker.
Oh, hey, Cogs. Ready to go outside?
Hey. Oh, hey, kid. Yeah, but the thing is, that thing doesn't broken on its own. Someone tampered with it. We need to find out what happened. I don't think it's wise to allow anyone out of the ship before we sort this out. Someone tried to kill us. Simple as that. I say it while I'm opening the cabinet and taking a weapon and holstering it.
The captain said that we needed to make sure our ship was safe from anyone who could find us in case they wanted to take advantage of our ship.
Yeah, but the thing is, someone tried to kill us, and this someone is here. The others may arrive. So I think there's imminent danger, not probable danger.
But wouldn't staying on the ship mean we'd be on the ship with the person trying to kill us?
Yeah, that crossed my mind, but I don't know. Perhaps knowing the crash would be imminent, he could take measures to protect himself. We should watch and interrogate everyone. Question people. What I know is that that thing didn't broke on its own.
Well, how did it break? Can you show me?
Okay, come with me, and I'll return to the room to show her the wires that have been cut or whatever, the tempered panels, the loose screws.
Yeah. Cut wires are usually a bad thing. We're lucky the ship made it to the ground in one piece.
Oh yeah, that we were. We should be here in many pieces.
I'll go tell the captain.
Okay.
Run
And
back
I'll
through-
retrieve the security tape.
Okay. Cogs, you go through the security footage and you have a pretty good idea of when it probably happened because as one of the mechanics, you do a rotating shift and you know that you had been in the engine room about 3 days before and everything had been fine. And you know that today everything wasn't so fine. So you kind of have a pretty decent sized window to go through, but
Okay.
you're able to pinpoint it. Go ahead and make a
Ready?
Yeah, that should be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, do study.
Risky?
It's going to be a risky situation.
Okay. Effect. Standard?
Standard.
Okay. Okay. Here goes nothing. Yeah, nothing.
So as you're going through the tapes, you realize that everything is very clear. This is a nice security system. I mean, you're working with smugglers. They've obviously put the time in, despite the fact that their ship is a little shitty, to make sure that the cameras are good and clear and give a good idea of what's going on. About a day and a half ago, so kind of right in the middle of your route off the engine room, there's a section of about 37 minutes that are missing from the tape.
Oh, okay.
And you see this because you see that the time signature at the bottom just kind of jumps forward. So you may not have even noticed it if you weren't paying such close attention, but unfortunately you're not able to get any information from the tapes.
Okay. Yeah, but no information is some information. Needs someone that knows how to tamper with the security tape and the engine. Not anyone, just anyone. It's not an amateur job. It's not like someone came in and broke something and left.
Right.
It was a
Planned.
professional work.
Okay.
Okay.
Dash, you run back into the cockpit. The pilot looks at you and he has rolled his sleeves up. He's taken off he was wearing like 5 shirts for some reason. Takes off his second shirt. And he's unbuttoned the third one. You can see he's wearing like a little t-shirt. It has like a graphic image on it. It has an onion on it with his like hands on his hips. And it says, "I'll give you something to cry about." He's a very funny guy. And he is squatting under the control panel and has kind of taken apart the front part of it, the front panel, and is just kind of going through it. He hasn't taken anything apart. He's not like pulling wires, but he's kind of just doing a diagnostic check. He looks up at you as you run in and he says, "So what's the deal? Who are you taking with you?"
Well, Cogs wasn't going to let me out of the ship right now because he came to the realization that someone on our ship caused the ship to crash. So we figured it'd be better to keep everyone in the same place until we can figure out who may have done it.
Okay, well, first of all, Cogs does not get to decide who goes on and off the ship. Second of all, what do you mean that he thinks that someone caused this? He kind of, as he's talking, he presses the intercom button. He goes, "Cogs, can you come up to the cockpit, please? And explain to me what the fuck is going on?"
Okay, coming right up. Yes, my lord.
So yeah, Cogs was showing me the engine room, and there's a bunch of wires that are cut. Don't know exactly what they all do, but generally that's not how our engine wires all are connected.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I don't really know anything about engineering, but I'm pretty sure all the wires are supposed to be in one piece. Cogs, as you enter the cockpit, he doesn't even really wait for you to step in the door. He's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, I'll throw him the tape or the ship or the cards. Check for yourself give the timestamp. And I don't trust anyone that is not in this room because you pilots wouldn't like to crash the ship, and I would not sabotage the ship to fix it right away. So if anyone is to go out, would be one of us four. I suppose the other mechanic is also clear.
He kind of looks over the footage where you point out to him that time is missing, and he kind of chews on his finger, and he's like, God, this is a lot worse than I would have liked to have dealt with today. All right. Listen, I still need a group of people to go out and check to see where we are. We don't know where we landed. We don't know who's coming from the outside. If you're right and they've contacted someone, I want eyes on the sky. I need to know what's coming towards me. Dash, Cogs, get out there, see what's going on. I'll deal with this. This is my crew. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Cogs, I bet I can figure this out, what's going on with our ship before you can.
Oh yeah? Do you really want to bet it? How much?
What do I have in my pocket? I got 5 credits, whatever that is.
Okay, it's a bet. You will bet it.
Imogen Kai, as sorry, I muted myself. You have watched this spaceship come closer and closer and closer till it inevitably crashed, maybe about 200 feet from where you are. You can no longer see it. It is below the tree line, although you can see quite a bit of damage.
She's pulling on like her last boot, like she's hopping, getting the last boot on. She's like, I mean, this is the part where we should go look for survivors, right?
I mean, if you feel like it, I am almost done with what I'm doing, but
good. This is you literally hand gesture. She's like, stop. Like, it's okay. He's dead. Hang on, is the hot dog man dead?
No, I think you all just knocked them unconscious.
Yeah. I was actually, I don't think yeah.
You can hear Kai through the respirator. He's breathing, and it's kind of, like...
Maybe put the hot dog man in the recovery position, and then we go and check.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time on this, and it feels like I have almost accomplished what I'm looking for. Are you sure you don't want to... I don't want to say go check on it by yourself, but...
What are you looking for?
If I knew that, so many more of my actions would make sense.
Is this
Realistically,
about the
some
way
things you just have to
again?
have faith in. Yeah, of course it is. I don't just... How many people do I just take off 3 or 4 bodysuits?
I mean, I'm questioning. I have questions, Kai, but this is for another time. I will go and see if there are any survivors. And she's just, and here's your shoes. I'm gonna go find our screaming child as it sort of goes to walk out of the ship. But I'm assuming the alarm is still going.
Oh yeah, the alarm is just kind of over and over again. It's like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Then I'm yelling
you did something very stupid. You've made a
you
mistake.
can keep peeling this person open, but I'm gonna go and do the responsible thing and look for survivors and our children.
Wait, why are your children missing?
I don't. We let her wander, and she had the bowl, so, which has our other child in it.
One of the children is watching the other child. Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah,
Right,
the older
classic.
one is babysitting. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Okay. let's deal with Kai and his continued unpeeling of the hot dog man. Kai, go ahead and make your favorite roll. Just attune yourself to the way.
Very good. I have an advantage, so I would like to use that now.
Okay. I think we've agreed
Unless
that
you-
advantage is 1 extra dice.
That sounds great. Okay, the position for this is risky.
Yes.
And then a standard
effect.
effect.
Yeah.
Great. The bonus die. Come on, lots of 6s.
There you go. Well, you got
It's
a
a good
5.
thing I had a bonus die there.
You do the thing that you do, which is perplexing and confusing to everyone but you, but it makes sense. And
Maybe
as
me too.
you as you reach out and search for the way that you had originally drawn you to this person, so you're like not going crazy. There's definitely a reason that you're here, is because you had always sensed it on this person. You realize that the 3 of them are all quite close together. There had been the 3 ghosts that you had initially taken down because Imogen had tied them up and then like pulled the string and they all fell over like a bunch of bowling pins on top of one another. That you were actually sensing the way in all of them. And as you do your little Reiki massage, where you're putting your hands above them, you get a particular strong focus on whatever it is that they have implanted in their face.
Are you trying to tell me that I have to strip 2 other ghosts down to their inner
I
suits
don't
at this point?
think that I just implied that.
Okay.
But if you want to strip them, you can, but I just so the viewers are aware, if they're like, why does Heavenly keep making hands strip down these weird hot dog people? That was not what I was implying, but that is where we can go with this.
It's all Hans. This is not Heavenly.
No one else said, let's have 2 other people have the exact same condition where they need to become naked. I mean, or at
I
least
didn't
less
say
clothed.
that. I didn't say that. I said that you sensed the way in all of them.
All right. That's fine.
That was it.
That's fine. That's fine.
You
I've got
just
my
took it
shoes.
literally, physically in there.
Kai is a very literal character. If
If
you were to say to him,
if you
here's a
want to
bowl of glass.
unstrip all of them, it'll be very quick because you definitely know what you're doing.
Okay, so what you're saying is, I should keep doing this. That's what I'm
Okay.
hearing now.
You know what? Let's do it. You unstrip the other 2, and they're all wearing the same latex bodysuits. They're different colors. One of them's yellow, one of them is black, and one of them is like a very fetching kind of mauve,
Yes,
which
I agree.
is a little bit like his face, his skin color. So you're like, "Ooh, is this a nude bodysuit? How risque!" And they're all the same amount of tight, and they all have the same implant in their mouth.
Okay. And they all have a connection with the way that has something to do
That
with
was
their mouths.
definitely like focused on their mouths. Yeah, you felt it stronger in their mouths.
Well, okay. I put my shoes on and I follow Imogen.
Imogen, Kai was able to very quickly strip these other 2 unconscious bodies.
Like, I look back in the room and just shake my head and keep going.
So he is able to catch up with you quite quickly. And as you make your way through this forest, you are the trees get thinner, and then they start to get real burnt looking, and then they start to get real bent, and then suddenly there just aren't any trees, and in fact there's a ship.
Imogen sort of she's going to approach with caution because she doesn't know how many people are on this ship, but she's sort of gesturing to Kai like, I was asking, I found it, but she's doing it quietly, like it's
Right.
Yeah,
It's ship-sized.
yeah, I know it's ship size, but can you see anyone looking? Like, how many people are there? And she's just she's sort of staying behind the withered tree and trying to have a look. She's in full white, and I realize how uncamouflage like that is. But she's sort of trying to look and see, 1, if there's any people, and 2, because of who she is, can she steal anything off the ship? Like bits of stuff.
There are bits of the ship everywhere. Pieces of hull, like a wheel, a landing wheel like they have on planes, but really big for spaceships and stuff. But for the most part, there doesn't seem to be anything to steal. There are no loot crates.
No, she was more like nothing she could necessarily grab. I think she's eyeing it up like, is this better than our ship? Like, is this something I could take in that sense?
It is not better than your ship. It's smaller than your ship because it was able to make a planet-side landing, which your ship, I believe, cannot. But it's not necessarily better. But as you two approach the ship, the airlock opens and two figures emerge.
She sort of takes a step back. Have I found our child yet? Question, because I would have looked.
Would you have looked kind of just on the path that you were walking, kind of just cursory looks?
I think when they came out the ship with the alarm, she would have done a lap round to have a look. Otherwise, she would have just stuck to the path because, like, she's almost imagined, oh gosh, she's going to run towards it. If you see what I mean, get there quick.
You didn't see Lana on the way to the ship, no, and you didn't see her when you did a little lap around the area that you all had been in. But as you're standing there, you can kind of hear her chittering in the distance. But she doesn't seem to be near the ship. This current ship.
She's got like that shifty eye look, sort of hearing her out the side from somewhere, but it's just, she'll be fine. She looks around. And as soon as the other ship opens, she will sort of defensively sort of take a step. No weapons or anything drawn, but she is standing fairly defensively.
Dash and Cogs, as you step out of the airlock, you see Kai. Are you standing in vision, or are you hidden-ish?
I'm probably like 2 steps behind Imogen, but carrying my sword in one hand, like, like not unsheathed, but just like literally walking around holding my sword. And now I'm taking the other hand and patting my pockets to figure out which one has my detonator in it. Okay.
Your sword detonator?
No, I've got a detonator. It's in my load. Just,
For
like a thermal
what
detonator. Just like a normal, like, space grenade thing.
But aren't detonators connected to things to detonate?
I think that's how they work in real life, but this being a Star Wars ripoff.
It's like a detonator remote. Like you point it at the thing and it detonates.
I just hold it in my hand and Jabba the Hutt gives me whatever I want.
Yeah. So Dash Cogs, as you walk out of the airlock, you see 2 people in front of you. A woman who is wearing very impractical white in a dirty force situation, and a man holding a sword who looks like maybe he undresses bodies to their like probable underwear and then leaves them.
It's an uncomfortable feeling from both these individuals.
How weird are swords in this setting, in a sci-fi setting? Is this a common sight to bear swords?
No, it's not. It's not super unusual. I was gonna say it would be about as unusual as seeing a person in regular life with a sword, but maybe I just see a lot of people with swords.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people with swords, but I come from a weird place. So.
It's not uncommon. It's definitely not the weapon of choice. Blaster pistols are pretty. You know what? Actually, negotiation and camaraderie is the weapon of choice. But if people feel like being a little violent, blaster pistols are the top choice. But swords are common enough.
Okay. Okay. I'll point at them to Dash. Hey, look at those guys. How did they find us so quick?
Do I hear that question? Do I hear that?
I think it depends on how loud Cogs kind of says he's being. I will leave that up to you all.
I would not whisper, but I will speak over her shoulder, so I will not scream it as well.
Okay, I probably wouldn't hear it then.
But you'll see me pointing at you, at least. I will touch her shoulders and point at you and speak something.
Wave.
Wave back With a question mark?
It's just like, no.
We're good, I think. I mean, our ship crashed, but we're all like in one piece for the most part, even the ship.
I look at the debris around for the most part. With a look that this will be hell to repair.
It definitely looks like there's a good amount of damage. It was not a gentle landing, but it wasn't as bad as it could be. You imagine that this is going to be, I mean, at the very least, it'll be a day, to fix. This is not like a slap some glue on it and then take off. This is a bunker down and, put some elbow grease into it.
Well, glad it's your job, not mine.
Okay. Well, at least your job was to get us as many as one piece as we could. For that, I'll thank you. Anyway, hey, you folks. What are you doing here? How did you know that we are here?
We crashed. We didn't choose to
we were
crash.
very busy crashing your ship. It's major business.
And Imogen's very protective over why. She's just like, we're tourists.
What's there to see around here?
There's a beautiful lakes and water. Have you not seen the water? It's great for
Lots
swimming.
of starship crashes too. Lots of them.
Actually,
the map said that the map said that the planet was mostly water, so I would imagine there's a lot of lakes and oceans.
Great beach weather. She just sort of gives it a thumbs up.
But not many beaches.
No, but the weather, like, just sort of nods towards it.
And yet you are here in a place that's no water.
Yeah, but we did see you crash. It was, in fact, it was pretty hard to miss.
Yeah, I bet half the planet saw that.
Is everyone okay? Yeah. Is everyone okay? Like alive and?
I ran to the ship and everyone seemed to have the most few minor injuries, but we didn't lose anyone. That's always a good day.
Oh. Imogen looks over at Kai and is like, "What do we do?"
I mean, they're conscious. We're not going to just take their ship. There's not really any reason to either, right? I mean, we have enough ships by now.
True. I'm getting greedy. I'll stop.
I mean, 2 is plenty.
Yeah.
I can't even fly. Do you need help?
Maybe. Hey, Cogs, do you think we need help getting this thing back in the air?
I don't know. Do you have a ship for the other guys?
I pointed the ghost ship. We have that ship.
We got a spare, technically. It just
Does it
comes
fly?
with it does come with passengers, but they really won't cause you a problem.
Well, if this bird cannot fly anymore, I don't know yet. You might need a lift. Since you have a ship so conveniently here.
As you all begin this back and forth, you all notice that from above, another ship is beginning to descend. And it looks, Kai and Imogen, you recognize it immediately because it looks a whole lot like the ghost ship that you had just raided. But it appears to be coming from above and not taking off. And you, Imogen, right before we go into a break, you are reminded of the voice of the ship that told you over and over again that you really messed up.
She just has a big sigh and a nod.
I'm so
and just
surprised
goes,
she pointed that at you and not at me. I mean,
I know, I didn't even strip the body. She just goes, I fucked up. Looks towards the ship.
And I think we're gonna take a 5-10 minute break. Come back to see what's that all about. Sure seems spooky.
It's a spooky ghost ship. Okay, everyone go get a drink and stretch. Tell your pets you love them, and we'll be back in a minute.
Oh, I forgot that's me. Welcome back, everyone. We have left everyone in just a very stressful situation. Another ship is approaching. They have just met. It's very awkward first introductions. It's the time where you have like 5 seconds to make a first impression, and those 5 seconds are up, and the impressions are in. What's going on? How's everyone feeling? What's everyone thinking?
Well, I think these two guys are not overtly hostile, but the other ship approaching might not be as friendly, or at least as awkward, not known, threatening as these two guys. And what's the size of the ship that's coming? It's like a patrol ship, a warship, a police ship, or a large vessel?
None of those things mean anything to me size-wise, so I'm just gonna say that it's smaller than your ship. It's small. It's shaped like a kidney bean, but bigger than a kidney bean for sure. But smaller than your ship. Probably not a ship that would do for long hauls in space because it's a little boy.
But it's a warship or a civil ship?
It is not a warship in that it doesn't have a bunch of weapons on it. I don't know what a civil ship is.
Probably pretty much
I mean,
everything
civilians
else.
use a regular ship.
I don't know that you could tell that. It's a weird ship. It looks like a kidney
Okay.
bean, which is weird.
Okay.
It looks like a UFO.
Okay.
It's not a normal ship shape.
It's not a normal ship shape.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at knowing my ships and classes, and I failed out of that part. But that's not a normal ship shape.
Wait, so have I already been on another kidney bean shaped ship the entire time and not?
Yeah, I just made that up. I thought that'd be a fun little detail to add.
I love it.
I never originally said it was kidney bean shaped because I hadn't thought of that.
I'm
But
here
I wanted to make it weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It is, and I love
It
it.
works, yeah.
How does that thing fly?
It's like, oh no, it's not. You wait, watch it land. Just as I sort of looked to Kai. I'm like, that's another ghost ship.
Yeah, that's definitely another ghost ship. So how many guns do you all have on your ship? And is it more than 20? Is it a lot?
I don't know. I've got the one right here on me.
Okay, but ship guns for shooting ships.
Well, I suppose there's something, but why would we need a cannon?
You know, you probably don't need one. Imogen will probably just tie up all of the people on this ship, just like she did the people on the last ship.
It's just
gonna be
like
fine.
always be prepared. You know, we like to be efficient.
Let me guess. That other ship is not yours properly.
Oh, it's definitely ours.
We walked around all over it.
Mm-hmm. I've got a space to put my shoes and everything.
Right. Okay. So we should.
Does your other ship have shooty things for shooting ships?
Good question. Imogen, does the other ship have shooty things?
Good question. Heavenly, does the other ship have to shooty things?
Let's look at your ship's character sheet because I have forgotten, but I will also add that you guys took jet skis to the island.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're actually talking about the ghost ship, though.
Yeah, the ghost ship one. The one we
does the
just
ghost
like...
ship?
Yeah, the one we were just on that we really
you
hope
look
they
for
don't see what's
weapons?
going.
Did
No,
you
I'm
look
sorry.
for
Kai was
weapons?
too busy looking for everything else.
But I think Imogen did say she was going to go look in the cockpit, and I
Yeah.
would imagine there's some kind of indicators.
But you didn't go into any of their systems, did you, Imogen?
No.
I'm looking through the notes.
I don't know if she has notes.
Gosh, notes.
My notes are it's 4 sentences for each.
There's respect this deeply.
More notes than my notes.
I don't think you went in through any of their systems. So I don't know that you would know,
Okay.
but I think you would be fair to you would be making a very educated guess in saying yes, because you know that the ghosts are a well-known wanted faction, and it would probably make sense for like a strong counterculture to have.
Yeah, she's kind of like,
against-
I mean, there's got to be something, because they want to keep people like us away.
Okay, so
Two
new plan,
questions.
we all go on that ship.
Maybe we should go to that ship and use the shooty things on that ship to shoot down the other one.
Yeah, two questions. Does our ship have guns?
Your ship is a smuggling ship, so in this world, guns are illegal
Okay.
on like non hegemony ships. So you guys have localized weapons, but you don't have, because you're always trying to be really under the radar. You don't have any like assault weapons on the outside of the ship, because
Okay,
that would be a very huge indicator that you're like a very illegal operation.
Okay, and the second thing is my character is actually have an academic background. So
Okay.
what can I infer from these kidney ships and these things? That help in any way in knowledge, background knowledge? Or
Well, you would then have a pretty solid understanding of ghosts, and so you know that. I think you would know as much as really anyone, but maybe this information is more readily available to you because you may have studied this in your academic past.
Yeah, Cogs
Ghosts are
is a college dropout,
okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe Ghost was the 8 a.m. class that you only attended, a little bit of, who knows, but you definitely know a fair amount that you're able, right away on seeing this very strange ship that's a ghost ship, because anytime that there's a ghost sighting, it becomes very public knowledge because they're so rare, and they all have bounties on their heads. They are a group of ex-scientists who, through some mishap, now live in strange suits and have kind of relegated themselves to living in the deep dark of space. And the Church of the Stellar Flame, which is the main religion in the systems, have active bounty on them, dead or alive.
Okay, so for the suits things, I can infer that those two guys in front of us, are not ghosts and are not part of that other ship.
Absolutely.
That's it. So Cog says, okay, I'm just saying that if you may want to pass as members of our ship instead of that ship, it would be convenient for you.
Okay, that's
to
an
Kai
idea we
and
could try
Imogen.
too. What's wrong with your ship? It's broken somehow, right?
Yeah, it crashed. I think it's a little obvious what's wrong. It's like not flying.
Well, it broke before we crashed. That's why we crashed.
Yeah. But nothing
Imogen,
that's
what
not
ship do you want to go
fixable.
on?
I have 5 credits on me that I can fix it. So I will fix it.
I mean, as they said, it crashed. I don't want to get on a ship that crashed. I want to get back on my.
All the ships.
Yeah,
Well,
but like
it already crashed, so there's no problem. You wouldn't want to be the ship that's crashing. That would be problematic.
there's literally one parked over there. Like she points over to their kidney bean ship, and is like, I mean, and she looks at Kai. It's like, and I mean, there's a lot of suits there we can hide in if we have to confront them.
That's a good point. Yeah, and they're already off of people for.
And there's multiple,
reasons.
all different sizes, in fact.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know. And that ship supposedly has shooty things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go on that ship, and that way we don't have to be here.
The ship that is descending from the sky is definitely getting closer and closer.
I think Imogen will
It's
run.
not. It's a slow descent because it's controlled and it isn't crashing. So
I wouldn't know what that feels like. But otherwise, like Imogen is running back towards the ship where the alarms are going crazy outside.
I
As
will
you
just do one-handed
approach-
finger guns.
as you approach the first ghost ship, you immediately hear that the alarms have been silenced.
I approach with caution.
The three figures are still prone on the ground. The airlock is still open as you left it. It's just the alarms aren't blaring.
I think she sort of heads into the room and looks around, tries to find one of the big suits and tries to sort of put it on, zip herself up in it, pull the hood right over so that she could try pass one of these ghosts if she has to. And she looks to the others and just gestures to this pile on the floor of suits.
Did the three of you follow Imogen? Kai, I guess you probably did. You finger gunned as you left. Dash and Cogs, what are you kind of thinking as
I'm
all of this
looking
has
at
just happened?
I'm looking at this scene, and well, I don't think that you can impersonate one of those. Do you know anything about them? How would you respond if they ask you anything?
I'll breathe
You-
at them.
Oh, I don't think it's wise.
It's like, hey, look, I
That
done this
never
loads
stopped me
of times.
before. Just because it's not wise never stopped me before.
Yeah.
Hey, Cogs, I bet you won't fit in one of those suits.
Damn you, girl. Of course I will. But I don't think I
Don't worry,
want
if you don't like it, I can get it off really quick now. So.
Well,
And Imogen just like breathes and waves her hands up in the air. at
why
How do
would
you
I?
breathe? What is your breathing that you think?
It's a full Darth Vader.
But you're just making that sound with your mouth.
If I can use, did they have any of the breathing apparatus like within? I know she's making it with her
No,
mouth.
it's implanted into their mouth.
Yeah, no,
hole.
she's just making that noise.
They have the opposite of kissing holes.
I don't.
What
I
is
don't-
the opposite of a
What they got, which is technology.
technology holes? Okay, right. Yeah, I
They
just
got-
fake that sound, that weird
They got
breathing
good old
sound.
classic tech holes.
Yeah. Good old-
But I don't think it's wise to. Why would I impersonate a wanted faction to the same wanted guys that are
The
closing
kidney
in?
bean is getting closer.
I just
I
go.
They have a shooty ship?
Dash, if you want to head into the cockpit, and attempt to kind of hack their system and navigate through it, I will allow that. I will allow you to make a helm roll.
Risky?
This is. You guys took a really long time, so I don't want to up it to dangerous just yet. It's a risky standard effect. But you guys are so close to it being a dangerous situation.
It's just like,
Because you're this close.
Are you going to turn this car around?
You're
we're
gonna
going
turn this
closer?
ship around.
You are able to. Four is not like the greatest. You are able to get into the system. It was unlocked, so you didn't even have to hack. So that was pretty cool. But you do not recognize a lot of the code, mainly because it's not that it's in a different language. It's in whatever the standard language is that everyone speaks. Which is Pig Latin. Everyone speaks Pig Latin. That's what we've been speaking this whole time. It's not. I didn't want it to be English because that feels wrong. So it's Pig Latin now. It's not in Pig Latin. Well, no, excuse me. Let me backtrack. It is in Pig Latin, but everything has weird names. So it'll be like sharp knife. Hoo-ha and Twinkle Star, Love Butt, and everything just seems to have these like really weird cutesy names that you're not able to navigate.
Those are
But
just
you
their
are
Tumblr
in the
names.
system. What are these?
I think those are just their Tumblr names. I think we're just on their Tumblr.
One
I
of
think I got the ship
the
turned on.
root menus is called Super Hulock Daddy 69.
That came to you so quickly.
so quickly.
Well, I got the ship turned on. I don't know how to fly it yet.
They didn't close their browser history. I think Imogen is like looking at the others and is just kind of like, I way, ink they, e they, our way, okay, onto a, they a, ship way, like, and he's gesturing to the suits. So I found a pig Latin translator.
So we are trying to get the other ship to fly. Can I assist in hacking the systems?
Well, she didn't hack it because it was unlocked.
Okay.
What she's currently trying to do is basically learn a foreign system. You can definitely assist. I think I'll then change the role because you're not really making a helm roll at this point because you are a bit out of your element. You're looking for things you don't recognize. So I would change the role to... I think I would change it to study. But if you want to assist Cogs, you could get an extra dice. But Dash is the one who's going to be making the roll because she's the one who is, you know, all up in these ships' guts.
Okay, I'm officially assisting Dash.
Cool. So Dash, if you want to make a study roll, and it'll still be risky, standard, and then 1 bonus dice. However, after this roll is settled, we're going to be moving to a dangerous situation, desperate rather, because the kidney bean will have landed. So. Very nice. A way to pull through there. So, Cogs, you have an academic background. You maybe know even a little bit more about the ghosts than others, even though up until now you kind of assumed a lot of what you learned was just theory because no one really knew. When you're looking through this menu, you are actually able to very quickly, almost as if this information has just been simmering under the surface, just waiting for it to come out in a really kind of cool moment such as this. It floods to the surface and you're able to help Dash navigate this menu, and you go into the settings and then you change the language, and it actually it gets rid of the encryption, which was these weird cutesy names, and it changes all of the root menus into standard Pig Latin and not weird ghost Pig Latin.
Nice.
But then when you do that, there is a notification on the screen that says, would you like to restart the system? Yes or no, automatically restart in 5, 4, 3,
I'll bypass
2.
that.
Okay, you did it. You're in, Dash.
It's working.
This is all very familiar for you now.
Okay. I think I can fly this.
And it has weapons.
Oh, and I found shooty things. Do we want to try shooting the other ship?
Do we want to shoot the other ship? I look at Imogen and Kai.
I think
obviously,
as
right,
we
want
take
to
off,
shoot the other ship. Yeah.
I don't want anyone to know where we're going.
Where are we going?
Leaving.
Just a quick, Heaven. Just a quick note. Those are criminals, right?
They are wanted.
Okay. Close enough.
They are wanted by the hegemony. So, I mean, you guys are also wanted by the hegemony, but you know, no one really likes him. So,
okay.
They're kind of weird if that's a crime.
It's someplace.
We are the crime.
We don't have to like vaporize them or anything. We just have to make them not follow us while we go fast in this kidney bean ship.
I like to go
Yeah,
fast.
I think it's more than that because there are people with the other ship and we want them not to be shot at.
We'll damage the ship. We'll just take it down. Then it can crash like your ship. You guys will
Oh
fine.
yeah, let's
Oh, and then we
make
can
it a
use the
crash
parts from
fest.
that ship to fix our ship.
Yes, and make a
Really,
tourist
you're helping them
attraction
out,
from
yeah.
the crash site. Perhaps a urban legend. This is the place where ships crash. Anyway, as long as it's not shooting my comrades in the other ship, neither us, I'm happy. So Dash, can you make this thing shoot, fire, whatever it is?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
So what is the plan? Someone tell me in concrete, non-dialogue terms.
Let me see. This ship that we are in is similar to the one that is landing, or landed, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll try to go to the engine room and overhaul our systems so we can outperform them. Like
Okay.
rig
You want
it
to juice up the ship?
yeah, without blowing it up, hopefully, so we can get better performance to compensate our lack of experience and fight the baddies.
Okay.
I think we also want to disable the other kidney bean
Mhm.
Yeah,
and use it for parts to fix our ship.
but that's your job. Shoot it down.
Yeah.
Cogs is
I'll
like,
try to
yeah, but
keep us
that's not
alive.
my problem.
Yeah, I'll try to keep us
That's like
alive.
fixing the
Plan
ship
style.
isn't my problem.
And
Yeah.
how do you want to disable? So I guess what I'm asking right now, what are you doing right now? Not kind of what's the plan and if it goes well, but what are you actually doing to enact this plan? Cogs is
I'm-
going to the engine room to
Yeah,
try and
I'm
soup up
tossing a hand
the
communicator
insides.
to Dash.
Dash, what are you doing? Kai, Imogen, what are you doing?
I'm
Imogen
tossing a
is half expecting a call to come in because this ship is very similar to the one they're on. So if anything, she sort of stood next to Dash with the mask ready just in case it's a visual thing that comes through,
Okay.
and is just going to try wing it.
All right.
Yeah, since we were going out the ship, I suppose we have communicators, me and Dash. So I'll keep the walk talk at hand, and I'll leave for the find whatever is the engine room, so I can do my magic there.
Okay. Kai, what are you doing?
I will be providing moral support during this firefight.
With pom-poms.
Yeah, I don't do ships, so I'll just
Okay.
be here.
Kai's doing nothing.
Yes.
Dash, what are you doing?
I'm going to calibrate the weapons so that they're on a mode that will not completely destroy the other ship.
So you
Good. We
are
need parts.
trying to access the weapons.
Yeah.
All right. Let's begin. Well, that was really unhelpful, Discord. I hate you. Let's start in the order that we resolved this out of character. Cogs, you make it to the engine room. You are faced with a very cool looking engine. The lights are blue. You have an engineer boner for what's going on right now because it's super sexy and high tech. Go ahead and make
Okay.
let's do a rig roll
Okay.
to try and get this thing going. This is going to be a desperate situation because you are working under a real tight time crunch, and the ship Dash is basically going to be doing what Dash is doing regardless of your outcome.
Okay. Okay. I was checking something, but okay. A desperate rig. Standard? Limited
Standard.
rig? Standard? 0 bonus dice.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, you're so good. In a desperate situation, 6 isn't as good as it is in a risky, but it's still going to do what you want to do. You are able to juice this up. I don't know what that means. You like throw some loose cogs that you had in your pocket at it.
Yeah, I'm trying to output more energy than usual to overperform, even if damages a little the ship, something like that.
Yeah, so what you do is you want more energy. So you take a little pocket mirror out and you kind of put it so it's catching one of the lasers, and then you put
Okay.
another mirror underneath it, so then the lasers are going back and forth between the mirror, and you've now created infinite energy. That's how that works. And so it's juiced up real sexy.
Okay.
And Dash, Kai and Imogen, you all feel kind of the lights get very bright and the ship almost begins to thrum as this extra infinite energy. Cogs has basically just invented like clean infinite energy, but it's such a stressful situation. He's not even thinking about how he has solved the universe's energy crisis by just reflecting a laser between two mirrors. But
Perfect.
I mean, that'll be in the epilogue when Cog makes 7 million credits forever for every day for the rest of his life for this invention. Dash, you are going through the systems, you have access to the weapons, you are training the weapons on the kidney bean, which has landed, but you aren't trying to kill it, you're just trying to like phaser set to stun it.
Yeah, kind of EMP it sort of without destroying all the electronics, because I want those to fix our ship.
Okay. You're going to be able to do it. I don't really think you need to roll. You're in the system. You know what you're doing. The weapons have that feature built in, so you're able to fire this shot at the kidney bean that is landing. And as you fire the shot, you notice that the airlock has opened up on this other ship. It is facing you, facing like longwise, so you get the full shape of the kidney bean. It's not like this. It's like this. And the airlock has opened up and 4 suited figures have begun to head out. But as you direct this blast, there's kind of that static of electricity that goes all over, and you hear the ship, the other ship go, and it seems to have powered down.
Guys, I think I did it.
Good job.
Imogen, no one calls.
Damn, I got all suited up for nothing. She sort of breathes happily, but she'll probably take the suit off. She'll take the suit off, probably like just down to her waist for now, just in case she needs to suit up again real quick.
Right.
But can I sort of look out and see if they're coming off of the ship?
They were coming off of the ship, yes.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they are all ghosts.
Yes.
Are they headed towards us, or are they?
They are headed towards their inert companions.
I should probably take the suit off. I'm going to take the suit off. I'm going to take the suit off, and I'm going to stuff it in a cupboard and shove it in like a broom closet somewhere at the side. And I will wait, I think. I will make sure I'm standing in the doorway so that if we suddenly have to take off, Dash has no one can get to Dash to do it, to stop them, but she'll wait.
Okay. Kai, what are you up to?
I'm gonna like turn to Imogen and go, Imogen, are you trying to protect Dash with all this? Because I do still have a sword. I could just do that.
Will you though? We've been in some tough situations and I haven't seen you use it yet.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I should probably, like draw my sword at this point.
And she sort of looks, she's like, I'm hoping for no conflict.
Then maybe I should put the sword away.
I mean, get it out when necessary. You can
I still have
ask.
to,
I
like-
will tell you when it's necessary.
I feel like you're giving Kai some very mixed signals right now.
So does Kai. So does Kai. He's like, but you said to take the sword out, but you said maybe not
No,
stab
no.
people
I'm
with
saying
it,
I am technically keeping an eye out, and if the situation worsens, then take the sword out. I don't want to
Okay,
come
so-
across as threatening.
I typically do come across as threatening. Okay, I'll just hold the sword for now.
Okay, you hold the sword. We also need to find Lana before we go.
What do you need to? Oh,
Ooh.
Kai, you do have a telepathic link with Lana, so
Yes, maybe I should send her a quick telepathic message. Hey Lana, how are you doing? Hope you are well.
are you waiting for a response, or are you just kind of formatting this like an email?
I imagine that's like, the dad text where it's like
Yeah.
you want a response, but you're also very passive aggressive about it.
Okay. Is that all you're saying? Hey, Lana, hope you're well.
Yeah, like I said, very passive aggressive.
Your tone
yeah.
definitely made it sound like you had more to say.
I mean, I would imagine that telepathically I can convey a lot of tones. I was just going to stick with that.
I mean,
Yeah,
all Lana has done to me is put her head in my hand and screamed at me, but I feel a connection.
I mean, what more do you want from a child?
You sense the telepathic equivalent of 3 dots. And then the 3 dots go away. And then they come back. And then they go away again. And she doesn't seem to respond.
Should probably find Lana at some point.
Just the dots. Is it got the little blue tick?
Yeah,
red.
it says
Yeah.
red. Red at space time, danger o'clock.
Yeah.
She's growing up. Got her own stuff going on.
The four hooded figures, the 4 rather suited figures, are looking at their inert companions, and you can see like some gesticulating, some general confusion, some like someone has put their hands on their head and they're like, and someone's like doing this, and then someone is trying to put them back in their suits.
It goes the other way. You gotta do it the other way.
Your hard work undone.
One of them has broken off from the 4 and is approaching your ship with a blaster rifle out, although not pointed, but out in front of them.
I'll step to the doorway and put my hands up if I see the rifle.
They're still outside the ship. They're just heading towards you.
Yeah, but I'll head
No,
to
we
the
have-
front doorway of the ship.
Okay.
If they are coming, like I'll go, or if there's like a window that I
Can we-
can just look through.
Could we take off?
That's
I
up to
feel
you all.
they may shoot us if we take off.
No, but will a handgun do anything to the hull of
I
the
mean,
ship?
it will to me. Like,
No, if we are inside our ship and flying, I don't think shooting at us will do anything. It's not.
We did leave a child on this planet, so
yeah,
should
we have
probably
in
stick
fact
with
we
it.
have child and a sponge to care for. So, hello, Raiders. Yeah, right now Imogen is thinking I can't leave this planet without them. So
Right.
she walks towards the door with like her hands up.
Well, I'm not even in this room, so
Yeah, and Kyle will be right there, but not with his hands up, just holding a sword. But I did just think about this, and it's like, I'm wondering, maybe they also like to use telepathic communications because they do wear a lot of suits. Maybe this
Okay.
is something that I might be able to do a thing with.
All right. Are you
Can I-
reaching out telepathically?
Yes, can I please make an attune roll?
You may. And while you're
Is
making
our
that attune
situation-
roll, it's desperate.
Yeah, great.
Dash, what are you up to? What are you thinking? You have just stunned these boys.
Mostly just standing by in case we decide to actually take the ship off.
Okay. You do have a walkie-talkie. Cogs has mentioned that you two have some way of communicating, so you have a walkie-talkie that will lead you to Cogs, although he is in the engine room.
Yeah, I'm telling Dash that we should take off at least to hover above them so they can't barge in or break in the ship. I
Yeah,
don't
that seems
know.
like a good idea. Let's get off the ground.
Okay.
A couple meters should be enough. So
Kai, I will kind of allow you to make a player choice. Do you overhear Dash saying, yeah, let's take off to Cogs, whom she has been communicating with over a walkie-talkie, or are you kind of in your attuned state of mind?
Well, I did fail in my attune roll, so I feel like I got to take my failure lump somehow, right? So I'm probably busy.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to
try tuning, you just get the engaged tone,
Yeah, I'm getting their ring back that they've got right now, and I'm very focused on that.
So let's deal with Kai's role before we deal with Dash and inevitably probably Imogen reacting to that. Kai, you reach out with the way in an attempt to kind of just search for strands of telepathic communication, and you are able to sense something, kind of silken strands, which suggests to you that there are other beings or items that have an attunement to the way, much like you do, nearby or within radius. I don't know how big your radius is, but you aren't able to grasp onto them. Dash, you take off. Are you attempting to fly into orbit? Are you attempting to fly off the island? Kind of tell me what your plan is as you engage this ship.
Let's see. First, I close the airlock.
Good call. Imogen, the airlock has closed like in your face.
And I've gone, Lana. I'm starting to try and open it because I will not leave this child on this ship. And if the buttons don't open, she starts ramming herself against it.
And I was thinking, like Cog said, not really take off, but just get off the ground so that the people that are walking can't get into the ship.
Okay. I will say that, and you'll know this, that to hover a ship, even though this is a smaller ship, is going to take a lot of energy. Just the same way that like doing a squat's going to take a lot more energy than sitting on the ground. So if you want to hover the ship, this is going to be a focus of yours for a while, because you're going to be trying to maintain just enough thrusters that you're off the ground, but not too much force that you are rocketing into the stratosphere. So I will say you won't be able to do anything other than this for as long as you're trying to hover it.
Okay,
cool. Go ahead and make a helm roll, just because you are dealing with a foreign ship and we're trying to figure out how well you're able to get this off the ground.
Risky right now or desperate?
We'll say that it can be risky because you have closed the airlock. And you're hella juiced up. And actually, because you're so extra juicy, go ahead and give yourself 1 bonus dice. I guess we don't really have to worry about you focusing on hovering the ship, because you aren't going to be able to get it. You aren't going to be able to get it up. So you are attempting to get the ship just the right, like chef's kiss kind of hover. But there's so much extra juice just flowing through this bad boy. It's just ready to go. That it's almost like when you kind of first learn how to drive and you overestimate the turns, and so you like turn too much and the car just jerks. You lift up just a little too hard and the ship just begins a very fast ascent.
Well, that's not what I planned.
And everyone, because you were not strapped in, you feel yourself lose control and you kind of feel this inertia pushing down on you before you're able to get your grounding as you begin to take up very, very fast.
Hey, easy girl.
I'm working on it. Maybe I should get this thing back on the ground.
Imogen,
Get a different
what are
place.
you doing?
Imogen is trying to get out because to her, she's still like technically her crew is still down there. There's like space shuttle and stuff. She's like, wait, I'm not leaving, like because she doesn't know.
You're not going to be able to get out because the airlock's sealed because you're now in air. So,
is there like a platform that raises up onto the roof of the ship, and also how far a drop would it be if that was it?
What?
You know, like could I get onto the roof of the ship? Not from the outside, you know, sometimes they have the platforms that go up if you need to fix something on a ship or need to get to the outside of a ship, or would it only be accessible through the airlock?
Yeah, you would need to go through the airlock to get to any outside point in the ship. This is a small ship, so it only has one airlock, one entry point. And right now you are not going to be able to get it open because the ship is in motion.
Okay.
Okay, so Kai is right there next to Imogen.
Kai, you're right
and
there,
since
yeah.
since we're at an airlock, is there like a helpful map to the left that shows us the location of escape pods?
I thought you were next to Dash.
That's also possible. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'm next to Dash.
I thought you were still in the cockpit. Did you leave
That's
with
totally
Imogen?
fair. No, you're probably right. I would be in the cockpit. But maybe there is also a helpful manual that I could be just like looking over to that has pictures of escape pods.
Okay. Well, legally, all ships are required to highlight the route to the airlock and to any escape pods. So you are able to very quickly. It is very well. It's in a little shadow box that has special lights, so it is always accessible. The lights are not connected to the ship, so like if the power to go out, the lights would still be on in the shadow box. And it has a map of that there is one escape pod. And it's on the other side of the ship. I don't know. It's near the engine room. Doesn't make sense. It's in the kitchen. Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Cogs, what are you doing?
I'm trying to hold on for dear life since she shot up to the stratosphere. And meanwhile, I'll go back to the cockpit room. There's not much I can do in there.
Okay. You're slowly making your way
right now
towards the cockpit. Dash, are you attempting to correct your course, or are you just shooting for the stars?
I would like to attempt to correct the course because my other ship is still down there, and that's how I'm getting paid. And if that ship doesn't come back, I don't get paid. So,
okay, all right. Go ahead and make another helm roll. No bonus dice this time because the ship is working against you.
Let's hope we don't crash another ship. It's a crash fest.
Still risky?
Yeah, I think risky is fair. You're in control of the ship. You're just trying to change direction. So. All right, you are able to correct course and stabilize, first of all, your upwards ascent. So you are no longer shooting up as if you were trying to leave orbit. But because you can't just, this isn't an elevator, you can't just go up and down. You're going to have to come down at an angle, but you are going to be able to start coming back down to the planet. You weren't that far away, So it would only take you, a minute to get back to a suitable spot, but you will be in a slightly different location. You're not too far removed, but you'll just be not exactly in the same situation. And as you approach, as you're getting closer and closer to the ground, you're gonna pull up and try and hover. You can see that the ghost ship that you had deactivated is still present, and the 4 figures are still outside of the ship, and they are watching you.
So they can see into the ship?
No, they just are watching the ship.
I'm gonna wave.
They don't wave back, whatever that means.
Sorry for that rocky start, everyone. Getting used to controls on this ship still.
Do you
No
think
problem,
we can maybe
Kidu.
put it back down and get out?
Why would we want to get out to face armored people? Is there a reason?
Somewhere you could hear banging down the corridor as she's just angrily trying to get out.
We kind of left a child on the planet, and we need to go take care of that. Plus, we have a perfectly fine ship that is not this ship that we could go get in.
Yeah, but we are not leaving the
our
planet
ship still
in
needs
this
fixing.
Kidney.
Yeah.
We are just leaving them. And I point to the 4 hostiles in the ground.
You could try to land the ship on top of them. Otherwise, we could just
Yeah,
good
I
and just-
thought about that. I think it may be a little too cruel. We could shoot them first and then land on top of them. If that's the plan. Is that the plan? Just kill everyone?
I mean, it sounds like no matter what, this is pretty much on Dash. So, if you want to just land the plane or the spaceship, or we could do none of the killing and we'll just get out.
And they do the killing on us.
Let's try to land somewhere where they won't find us immediately.
That's fair. We can probably move a spaceship faster than they can walk. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, you could land, where your ship is. It is a small island, so you're not going to get any place that's a couple hours trek away.
Yeah, let's go land by our ship, I guess. If nothing else, we should go check on the captain.
Yeah, at least there we have more weapons and more people. We can face those 4 if things get ugly. At least. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Dash, you are aware of what the ship, how it works now, how fine-tuned it is. It's much more advanced than anything you've probably flown before. You are able to fly off to where your ship has crashed. You're able to make a very graceful and beautiful landing right next to your ship. And it goes super, super swell.
I could get used to this ship. This is going to be so much fun to race.
That's so ugly. Come on, it looks like a bee.
But it flies, and it's fast.
If there's one thing I've learned about crime, no one can stop you from taking this ship if you just take this ship when we all get off. Then you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah,
also, sometimes you find children.
Find children. Okay, can we open the airlock? So
crime doesn't always pay the way that they want you to think it would. Yeah, sometimes you have to actually pay money to do crime. It's real weird.
Yeah, I think if we should open the airlock, or your friend will smash her head at the door.
All right, I'll open those airlocks.
She has it already.
Imogen, the airlock opens in front of you.
Yeah, she just sort of bursts through it and looks at where she is, and she gets out of the ship to listen to see if she can hear Lana.
Right, I should go help with that.
You do that.
Kai, as you're leaving the ship, and Imogen, you hear the chitter of Lana, and Kai, you hear in your head Lana's familiar dulcet tones as she responds, "Hey."
Hey, I should have made it more clear. We're actually going to try to connect with you so that we can leave the planet.
Oh, but I'm having a really great time here, and I don't understand why we're leaving so soon.
Great, great. Are you attacking anybody currently, or are you pretty free?
I am not attacking anyone. I'm not a violent creature. I'm a vegetarian.
No, we were just planning on attacking some people if we had to get to you, and it might have made things easier.
Oh, do you want me to attack someone? I do have sharp teeth, and I do have little knives in my elbows.
Maybe we should see how this part goes. I don't know that we're really supposed to encourage that behavior in children. I'll talk to Imogen about it.
I did drink some of the water that Ferguson is in.
Let me also talk to Imogen about that.
Imogen's like, what is she saying? Like,
well, so
you know,
two
when
things.
the mother's like shaking at the
Number one,
sides.
I don't know how we feel about her committing acts of violence. Number two, she drank some of Ferguson's water, which is probably fine, but...
I mean... Okay. And she saw for a moment you could see her like, ugh. Like, why? But...
Okay, so Imogen says they're both okay. No problem.
Can she top up the water, please?
What kind of water? Does she need to use like special water?
No, just water. Get a scoop. There's enough of it.
Can you put more water in for Ferguson? Just splush.
Yes, I will moisten Ferguson, and then I will kill anyone who isn't the two of you.
I'm pretty sure that's what Imogen just said. Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right.
And Imogen's just like, are we good? Like, she can't hear it, obviously.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Oh, great. Okay, that's fine then.
As the ship has landed, Kai, Imogen, you are outside. Dash, Cogs, are you heading out of the ship?
I'm thinking about opening communications with our ship from this one.
Okay.
Without
Yeah.
leaving.
Dash, what are you doing?
Heading to my other ship.
Okay, cool. Cogs, you're able to open a channel with the other ship. The pilot comes on and he's like, all right, what's the situation? I see, I assume that's you and the weird kidney bean ship.
Yeah, we sort of took the ship, borrowed it, but there are other ones that might be coming around soon, and I don't know if they are not hostile. How's the situation inside? Have you figured out who tried to kill us all?
I haven't been able to figure that out. Hold on. I'm getting a communication from Fernando. I just said, oh my God. Fernando says that he's just been attacked by a strange white creature with knife elbows. Oh my God. Fernando just sent me a photo. There's so much blood. Oh my God. Did you guys got to get in the ship? Oh my God. There's so much blood. What did they do? Oh, Fernando. Oh God, Fernando. Oh, I think Fernando's dead.
Who's
I think we lost Fernando. Fernando. You guys have to come back to the ship immediately. There's something crazy out there. It's killing anyone who isn't Kai and Imogen because that's explicitly what Kai told it to do.
Oh God, this is like Alien.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to get out of the ship anymore.
You're already out of the ship.
I'm already out of the ship.
You're just like, you're already in danger. Hear that jittering from behind.
You're near Imogen and Kai. I don't know if that makes you feel better.
I don't know.
I mean, none of you have heard. Only Cogs is aware that Fernando has been murdered by a strange white creature with knife elbows.
Yeah, out of character, I heard this. I'll kill everyone that's not those two, and well, anyway.
Imogen, I'll be right back. I gotta go check on my ship really quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna wait here. We're just waiting for someone.
Okay, can I close the doors of the beam?
Yeah, totally.
Lock it.
Yep, you close the door and you lock the bean.
Okay, I'm locked inside.
Imogen, Kai, you see that the airlock of the bean is closing. Dash, you disappear into your ship and you are met with chaos. People are screaming. They are grabbing guns. There's talk of a strange white monster roaming the island. It is, just terrible. And Kai, in your head, you hear Lana say, "How many more are there?"
There were just like 4 of them wearing really big, heavy suits. That's about it.
What about the ones not wearing suits?
They seem mostly fine.
Oh. What would you say if one of the ones not wearing suits was dead? What would be the...
I mean, it sounds like the sort of thing that could happen to anybody, really.
Yeah, you're right.
And Imogen's just innocently there waiting beside everyone.
After just a few seconds, Imogen, you see Lana come out of the trees and she has just blood all over her. And she comes...
Do I know it's blood, or am I like, oh, you found some berries? Like, which one?
That's... You probably think, well... Kai, did you tell Imogen that she had knife elbows?
I feel like that's understood between us all now at this point, that Lana has knife elbows, because,
Okay, well...
hugs are dangerous.
Yeah.
We
have hug precautions.
There's red all over her elbows and all over her kind of weird mouth hole.
I just sort of look at her, and then I look at Kai, and then I look at her.
Definitely not berries.
We should probably go then.
I feel like this is kind of like one of those things where we, should just like go like, oops, and not be really judgmental about how exactly that happened.
And like, I'm watching how fast like the kidney bean ship closed, and then the chaos that is going on the other ship, and I'm like, okay, maybe you put Lana in the baby Bjorn and we get moving.
Yeah, Dash, as you entered your other ship, someone thrusted a gun into your hands and they were like, we need to man this. No one gets off this ship and nothing enters.
Okay.
And you're almost being lauded as a hero because you came back. And people are like, what did you see? Did you see anything while you were out there? How much time do we have? How many of them are there?
I don't know. It just happened so fast, and there was the weird ship that looks like a kidney bean, and that came, and then it went, and we had to go because it was, and then we had tried to use it because it was fast, but I'm just gonna stand here and be ready for anything. That seems
so
like a good idea.
There's another ship. Did you see what was on the ship?
Oh, there's 2 ships. There's 2 kidney bean ships.
Oh my god.
Well, one of them is ours, sort of. We took it down so that we could take the parts and fix our ship.
The pilot kind of looks at you with a very level gaze, Dash, and he says, one of the things about being a pilot is knowing when to let go. I think we need to evacuate, and if you say that kidney bean ship is ours, I think we should get on it and we should go, because there is something out there and it's killing people.
Okay, and I figured out how to fly the kidney bean, so we can do this.
Great. He gets on his walkie-talkie and he says, everyone, we're evacuating. Grab one thing each. I'm serious, one thing, not a one bag full of a bunch of different things. Just one thing. I will be counting. Meet at the kidney bean.
Am I hearing this? The comms are still open between ships?
It's not, he wasn't broadcasting to you on the ship, but you will very soon see everyone pouring out of the ship and heading towards you. And the crew's small. There was only about 12 of you. Well, now there's only 11 because Fernando is
Okay. Can I see the little monster with covered in blood somewhere?
No.
Okay, I'll keep the guns in keep the ship trained on whatever that moves that is not coming from our ship to get ready to blast them to oblivion.
Okay.
And
Dash, I think you are leading the evacuation attempt as you head towards the kidney bean. Kai and Imogen, what are you up to?
Head back to the jet skis like I'm ready to go home.
Putting Lana in the baby Bjorn.
I'll take the bowl off and I was called him Fernando.
Oh, Lana
Ferguson.
didn't have the bull on her.
Oh god. She's just like, Lana, sweetie, where's Ferguson?
Puts Lana down out of the baby Bjorn.
I put him over there and she points. Kind of in the forest.
We just have to go over there.
I found a small puddle and I put him in it.
I mean, that's probably good for him.
So we will go check on the puddle.
Yeah, I'll
and get
check on
other
the
child.
puddle.
Dash, Cogs. So Dash, you are leading this evacuation attempt. Cogs, you are in the ship by yourself. It's locked and the airlock is closed.
yep, when they reach the ship, I'll try to, I don't know if there's some outside speaker, but I try to communicate that no one gets inside the KDB with our weapons except for the pilots. I want everyone inside unarmed because we still have someone, a traitor among us, unless it's Fernando. It might be.
It might be Fernando
Anyway,
instead, though.
so drop
okay.
the weapons by the door and I'll open the airlock. Only the pilots keep guns.
Dash, what do you do when you hear this announcement that everyone has to remove their weapons except for the pilot before they can enter?
The pilot, Dash, and the pilot.
Right.
There's still possibly something out here that we might want to have weapons for.
Okay, so we haul the weapons with us inside, but I don't want anyone bearing weapons here. Not when I know there's someone trying to kill us among these 10 other guys.
Sounds good. You'll collect them, right?
Okay. So I'll go to the airlock with my gun at hand, open the airlock, and collect the guns as they come in.
Okay. Everyone will kind of allow it. The pilot definitely looks at you, Cogs, and he's like, I don't really understand what's going on, but we need to be on a ship and not out in the open. So as long as you give us our guns back,
okay.
Everyone give them your guns.
The pilot, the other mechanic, and the two pilots and the other mechanics, I leave with the guns, and I put the other in a bag and place them in a locket, whatever.
One of the other crew members says, are you labeling the bags that you're putting our gun in? Like, how do you know that you're giving me back my gun and not someone else's gun? Because I want my gun back.
It's not the ship's gun, it's a personal gun. Okay. We can mark it with a ribbon.
Yes, please do, because that gun means a lot to me. It's been in my family for a long time.
Okay. I put a wire, make a knot, a tie, a bow, and toss it.
But now everyone wants you to do that because everyone is now.
Yeah, no, they're not getting it. Yeah. Anyway.
Kai, Imogen, you are able to find Ferguson. He is not that far away, but as you head towards Ferguson, you notice two things. One, Ferguson has gotten very big. He has sucked up all the puddle water. Two, you notice, how many things did I say you noticed? A couple? It's now a few. You notice three things. One, he's really big. Two, he's starting to change color a little bit. Three, the ghosts are like, they're here. and they're staring at you from across the puddle.
I look from the other side of the puddle and just greetings.
Mentally logging a talk to have with Ferguson later about growing and changes to your body and so forth. But for right now, yes.
Just gonna have to
Ghosts.
talk.
Dash, do you feel that when you started heading onto the ship, you would have gone first or last?
First, because Cogs trusts me, and that way I can get the ship started and running.
Okay,
I don't
so
know how wise that is, but yes.
you headed straight to the cockpit then?
Yeah.
All right. Cogs, you can see from where you are, because you're ushering everyone into the room, you are able to see where Imogen and Kai are just beyond the tree line, and you can see the 4 ghosts standing opposite them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll get the walk talk to Dash and say train the weapons to that direction. The ghosts are there. And our 2, I don't know, acquaintances, friends, I don't know, are also there. And let's see what we can do. Let's see how this develops.
That's a pretty precise shot, but I'll see what I can do and not hurt our friends.
Yeah, I don't think you should shoot anyone yet.
Okay.
I don't know, shoot a tree to a warning shot? Maybe? I don't know, it's up to you. I'm just a mechanic.
Do you want to do that, Dash? Do you want to shoot a warning shot into the trees?
Hey, Captain?
Yeah.
What was our cargo on the other ship?
It was illegal fireworks.
Do we want anyone else finding it?
No, because they're incredibly illegal.
Would you mind if I destroyed the old ship?
Ouch.
He looks a little hurt. His bottom lip trembles. And he says, okay, no, you're right. Yes, I think that would be wise.
Are we fair enough to safely blow the ship filled up with explosives?
No.
Okay, so perhaps we should take off and then fire at the ship in the ground and then land again. So we are not blown up ourselves by our little stunt there, Dash.
Oh, hey, we should go back to the other kidney bean and take that stuff so we can fix our ship. That one has no one in it right now, right?
I said you will blow up our ship. How can we fix it after that?
You're the one that's good at fixing things.
Oh, yeah, right.
We can take the stuff from the other kidney bean first, because they have a really awesome engine.
The pilot goes, wait, there are 2 kidney beans?
Yeah, the
yeah.
other guys came from the other one.
Weird guys
What
in
if
suits.
What if we blow up this ship? You fly us over to the other kidney bean. I go onto that kidney bean, and we take both kidney beans.
We disabled the second kidney beam with a blast from this cannon, from these guns.
Yeah, but you
in order to
that,
fix
couldn't
our
you?
other ship.
Yeah, but why would we want to fix a ship when we have a working one already?
Because then
here?
we'd have 2 kidney beans.
Okay. Yeah, I can see your point. So, but the other kidney beam have a crew on its own. I don't know if those 4 guys are the only ones, and they are hostile.
That's right.
And more kidney beans might be on the way, by the way. this second one probably came to check this one we are here now.
These kidney bean chips are
So
so fast.
I think Cogs is right on this one, Dash. I think we should shoot the other ship so no one else can find the illegal fireworks. Because if our clients who paid for those fireworks can't have fun, then no one can, and we must destroy the fireworks.
Okay, but we still have our friends out there. Are they gonna be okay?
I don't know. Are
Yeah,
they
I don't know,
friends?
man. That's tough to say. Hopefully, maybe.
All
Probably.
right. If you say
No.
so.
Okay.
Let's shoot our old ship.
All right. Are you taking off and shooting or shooting from where you are?
Taking off and shooting.
Okay. You are a kidney bean flying expert. You are able to get the kidney bean in the air and you shoot at the ship and it goes and all these fireworks light off. And Imogen and Kai, you can see just a very beautiful display of fireworks. They're like starbursts, flowers, some Roman candle-esque things, a dragon, hearts, like a whole show. And it goes on for like 9 minutes. Just and as this is going on behind you, Kai, you hear in your head, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not Lana. Your voice is much deeper.
I don't know who Lana is, but no, I'm not Lana. I'm Sergeant Green. You're looking right at me. And
Yes,
one of the
right.
figures across from you kind of bobs his head.
Hi, the sponge is with us.
I'm not concerned about the sponge. I'm concerned about my comrades who have been stripped of their suits.
It seemed really like a good idea at the time.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't hear this either, can I? Am I like looking at him like, you're doing that thing again?
I'm doing the thing. They do the thing too.
Fine. She just sort of waits and goes to check on the sponge.
When you say that out loud, Imogen, you hear in your voice, in your head, Kai, Sergeant Green says, "Oh, can she not hear us?"
She doesn't do the thing, no.
Okay. And Kai, Imogen, you begin to hear a breathing sound like like Darth Vader, like Barth Mater. The copyright infringement.
My favorite.
And
Rouge one.
You hear a very Rouge Uno.
Rouge Uno. What? Sorry, carry
on. You hear an automated voice say, "Is this better?"
Yes. No, I can hear you now. Why didn't you do that before?
We speak with the help of a system that has been implanted in our faces, but it is not entirely comfortable. We prefer telepathic communication.
Get that.
Fair enough. And again gives like Guy a side look. Is like, look, I can't, okay.
What if I like touch Imogen's head real hard while we're talking? Maybe no, that's fine.
No, don't do that. That does nothing.
Just go, here you go, try this.
I will cut to the chase. You appear to not wish us any harm.
Yeah, that's true.
Although you are weird and disrobed our comrades, you did not kill them, but you did steal their ship.
No, we were on the ship when it was stolen. We did not steal the ship.
We actually tried to get off the ship.
Yeah, we were trying to leave.
Do you know who we are?
Yeah, you're the ghosts.
Damn it.
You have really good PR. Like, your social media presence is strong.
Can I take up my phone and be like, yeah, look. Scroll through like
Top search results.
their
We
Instapic.
are not interested in a conflict. We are simply attempting to go home.
Yeah, okay. We just came for the kids, so we'll just take the sponge and go.
Yeah.
You will not try and follow us.
Should we?
Do
No.
you have more kids? that we-
No. We have our kids, but you cannot have them.
Oh, we
We
don't
can barely
collect.
handle 2 kids.
we don't collect as much as it seems.
We absolutely collect, but it's kind of unintentional.
If you allow us to leave, we will give you a gift.
Is it another child?
No,
Okay.
but it's
There's
gonna
no-
be it's gonna be a little weird.
Yes,
I
I'm
mean,
listening.
and then she sort of thinks back to the scene of what happened earlier. It's like, I think we can handle it.
We simply want to continue on our journey. If you allow us to, and tell no one that you saw us here, we will reward you.
Okay. I'm going to say we're probably on board, but there are several other people on that other ship that we can't speak for.
Well, that other ship is floating in the air. Dash Cogs, what are you thinking right now? You can see what's going on, and there doesn't seem to be any conflict happening.
I'll find the button for the external speakers. Everything okay down there?
Yeah, we both just.
Yeah, I think it's fair to get them back inside, since technically they were the ones that gave us this ship. So it would not be nice to leave them stranded here.
Okay, let's land the ship.
Out of character, I don't know about the jet skis and whatever, so to Cogs, to leave would be to leave those 2 guys Robinson
Okay.
Crusoe style.
All right. You two land the ship. The airlock opens. Imogen Kai, this is happening. The Sergeant Green who's in front of you says, and who are they?
Just, friends. How's it going?
Make them leave, and we will reward you.
Oh,
Imogen's
don't mind
involves
us. We're
talking to
just
people out
crashing
loud.
by.
So, you're good?
Yeah, no, we're good. We we do this a lot. We're great. You're all good. We're fine.
All right.
And there's just this awkward like Imogen trying to communicate with people, because as much as she's the more communicative one in the group, she's really not.
Oh,
We've got jet skis and stuff.
Oh.
We got here. We've actually got a ship back at the other place.
Oh, so you didn't randomly crash like us. Okay.
okay,
No,
so
no, we landed efficiently.
we should go.
All right. We'll be heading out, I guess.
Nice to meet you.
Safe trip.
Good luck with future crime.
Yes.
Yeah, weird people. Bye. Nice to meet you.
I probably deserve that.
Okay.
Literally. And again, looks at him and both the suits again.
You take off in your super cool kidney bean ship. It's super juiced up. It's very sexy. As you all take off, Sergeant Green, directs it to you and Kai and Imogen, and he says, well, it's a bummer that they took our ship, but they will probably be caught soon enough. Those ships are very illegal.
That's a good point.
Yeah, my first thought is to drop the ship and sell it for parts.
Yeah,
minimize
good
our
ways to deal with it.
minimize our losses, cuts our losses.
Well, they don't know that Cogs has figured out the secret of making their ships go really, really fast.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know that. He begins to head off towards his ship. Kai, Imogen, if you want to follow.
Yeah, I take the sponge.
It's really juicy.
Yeah, like she's probably soaking wet, but she's taking the sponge.
I know we're like running out of time, so we're just gonna speed walk. You guys speed walk there. The 3 people are now conscious. They are sitting up. They have been reclothed. One of them has a cup of hot tea in his hand, but you don't know how he drinks it, so it's kind of weird. And one of them, not one that was speaking to you, walks onto their ship and he walks off. And he comes back, and Kai, he goes to you and he hands you what looks like on the outside a round shape, the shape that you recognize as being implanted in their face. But on the side, it's kind of shaped like a cone, and it's about yay big. And he hands it to you, and he says, "A gift."
Thank you.
Where were you going? And what is that?
We implant those in our body, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But it's really cool, and you would be part of us if you did. You could become a ghost. But anyways, the reason I'm giving it to you is because it allows us to access the gate that is closed.
Oh, yeah, we want to do that. Flying a ship through a gate that no one else gets to fly through because it's illegal and highly dangerous is definitely our style.
It is how we have avoided detection for so long.
Yeah, Imogen, do you want to hold this?
Sort of just like, yeah, shifts the sponge and then takes the thing. Yeah, good to...
We're gonna leave now with our friends.
Okay, we're going to leave
enjoy
with our
your
friends.
tea.
Tell no one that you saw us.
Likewise.
Saw who?
Nailed it.
Who said you weren't good at anyway, let's get back to the jet skis.
I couldn't remember his name. What was his name again?
Sergeant Green.
No, I couldn't remember.
And no one told me. So I literally couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
Well, Dash, Cogs, you are in space with a super cool ship, which I guess you can do whatever you want with. Kai and Imogen, you have uncovered secret technology that you could put in your mouth if you want. If you wanted to, you could, but we don't need to do that.
Sounds like a season 2 decision there.
But thus ends season 1 of the Hika Guard. A show that was supposed to have no plot, but somehow accidentally gained a plot.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love it. I love it. I love that we've now got this bizarre device that makes us travel through space, because the image I have in my head of having to use that just so we can do it is going to be incredibly awkward. Otherwise, thank you so much. Heavenly, let's go round, and we'd love to hear your favorite part and where we can find you. And we will start, as always, with the very lovely Hans. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I love having guests with this show because we have no idea what we're doing, so adding 2 more people makes it even more chaotic. That's great. Yeah. That's all we really need on the show. No offense to our guests, but I do love it when we make Heavenly describe anything. That's just the best part of the show.
Okay, sorry for any awkwardness and thanks for having me. I
You're all
think
good.
I'm going to disconnect. It's only 3 a.m. here now. So yeah, I'm getting desperate. So I think it's my time to bail.
No worries. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. And how about Ninja Penguin? How are you? How was
I'm
that for you?
great. That was so much fun. Thank you for letting me be on the show.
No, glad to. Did you have a favorite bit at all? Or?
Describing the names of the Pig Latin and all the cutesy descriptions. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
Wonderful,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. And last but certainly not least, Heavenly.
Hello, everyone. That was such a fun season, such a fun game. I think definitely my favorite part was Cogs making everyone give up. Was first of all him locking all of the doors when he felt that there was a threat, and then making everyone give up their guns before getting onto the ship.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, my favorite part was, oh my God, they killed Fernando in the description. That was awesome.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm White Rabbit Pick. One of my favorite bits is, again, I love having new people on every week. It really adds to the stories. My favorite thing about this is every single time Heavenly comes up, as Hans says, describe something. Hans and I probably almost have a thing about trying to give Heavenly something new to describe in the situation, because we love it. Otherwise, please check out the links coming up in chat now. That includes the Discord, Twitter, and also YouTube. Also a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of Hero Forge. As you've seen the minis, they were played around earlier, and they will, I think Scrat is doing a few more sessions like that as well. Also Mage Hand Press, which is D&D in space, different kind of space, good space, all good space, all space is good space. Otherwise, also the Deck of Many and the Deck of Many Things and the moving magic spell cards, including Humblewood, which you will see next season. Otherwise, keep evoking emotions, and we'll see you tomorrow for the last 3 finales. Bye.